Hi and welcome to another video for FDMY21, and today we've got something completely different.
Might have noticed we're not in the UK, we're actually in Malta at the moment.
We are, and we have a hire car which is a
Skoda Fabia estate.
although what we were expecting,
We put it down to have the cheapest option. They said it was just going to be a bog standard Suzuki Alto, something like that. And we've got given the keys to this. It's still pretty basic spec, but it's pretty good. So we thought we'd show you around it.
yeah, it's even got aircon, so what can go wrong? So we came to Malta with the intention of having a hire car. We could have used the buses here, but we thought because this is sort of like quite a nice place to go around, that we'd have our own car to sort of just go around wherever we want, whenever we want. We just don't want to be hanging around for buses and stuff. And we opted for a Suzuki Alto online, which is just the cheapest thing we could find. And we arrived and we were given the keys to this. It's a Skoda Fabia estate. We've only actually seen one other Skoda Fabia estate of this shape while we're here. I mean, most of the things here are Maturi 800s, Suzuki SJs, quite interesting old cars really. And yeah, we ended up with this. I believe it's a 1.2, and it's actually been really fuel efficient on our journey because we've had it since Wednesday,
Yeah.
and it's now end of Friday. We've driven across the island probably a couple of times. We've only used an eighth of the petrol in there, which I think is amazing. I think it claims about 60 mpg or something. Which
Online?
Well, it says that online. It probably doesn't claim that in reality, but I think it's been really good, and for what we wanted it for, it's brilliant.
So options you get with this one is basically nothing. I'll be brutally honest. We've got wheel trims.
Boggo.
You know, usually they come with alloys. We've got roof bars, so
That must be an option.
yeah. I mean, we tried to find one like this in the UK, so we could think which one it was to work out the engine in. Obviously, most of them don't get the roof bars. We quite actually like that on the new style when you get this black outline.
It's quite good, isn't it?
It's just a bit nicer,
Yeah.
and well, inside is absolutely shit as well. But you do have quite a nice little radio thing. This lights up,
Yeah.
and more importantly, we opted for a car without aircon,
And we do have it,
and we have aircon.
which is brilliant. It is not too bad, is it? Although it does have its marks around the car. If you go around here, because it's a hire car, it's just been battered. The rear end is just scratched, and the doors have been opened into things. I think this mirror as well has been hit at some point. I mean, a lot of people just don't care about these, do they? But
In hindsight, compared to quite a few of the cars we've seen over here, it's not bad though. Considering this has done nearly 47,000 kilometres on the clock, I think.
yeah, still done well.
Quite a lot of the cars over here are battered,
Yes.
so it's better than most.
And why is that? It's something to do with the driving, I think.
Been interesting driving over here. I'll give it that.
Yeah, I think we should have looked into driving here a bit more, because driving here was an interesting experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's being different.
Yes, different as in junctions are mainly just places that people pull out on you. I mean, that's like that in the UK really, it just happens every time instead.
The way I describe it is when you watch those dash cam videos online and people pull out and people do things you just don't expect they're going to do and then they suddenly do.
Yes.
That is what driving in Malta is like. It's like constantly being on a dash cam video.
Yeah. And
Because that will always happen.
we never honk the horn once because nobody else does, do they?
No,
It is what it is.
it's just like, oh look, he's just pulled out on me with 3 foot to go, but that's fine. That's alright.
Yeah. But overall, this is a beautiful place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning.
Can't go wrong with the views here in Malta. It's a brilliant place. We've had a great time.
And the car's actually been brilliant
car's
for
been
what we
brilliant,
want to do.
It genuinely was the cheapest car we could get, and that is amazing. But there was a Suzuki Jimny on there, which I would have preferred, but it was a lot more money.
Basically, to hire a car you have to be at least 21, so I can drive, Owen can't sadly.
Yeah.
You get charged the car, and then you get charged a young driver fee for being under 25 anyway. And then there's also the excess, and I think this is where a lot of people don't get about when you come and drive a car out here, is they want you to have a credit card, and take out an excess. With this company, I will hands down give it to them. They've been really good with us, and the excess was only £200. If we wanted the Jimny, it was over £2,000 of an excess.
Yeah.
So you take £2,000 off of you, and then you'd only get it back if nothing's wrong with the car when you give it back.
Yeah.
So.
And I imagine most of the deposits anyway, I think they were like 1,200, 1,500 for most cars.
Yeah, to get an Alta with another company was 1,200, which is why we went for the Alta with this company.
Yeah.
And we were kind of shocked when we came out to the Fabia estate.
We booked it through Zest, didn't we? Zest have been really good.
Yeah, Zest have been really good as well.
Yeah.
They've covered us for an extra £5 on top of this, and it's covered absolutely everything, so
Yeah, brilliant.
hands up to them, and I'll give a hands up to Aquarius, who we've rented the car off, because they've been really good to us so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hands up to Skoda as well. They make a quality Povo spec car that actually works and does good fuel economy. So what you want it for, that's fine.
That is a Fabia review by Owen and Georgina.
Brilliant. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.